The 1970s. What a decade for rock music. While everyone remembers Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath ruling the airwaves, there was a whole underground world of incredible bands that somehow slipped through the cracks of music history. These weren't just garage bands playing in basements. These were seriously talented musicians who recorded albums, toured extensively, and influenced countless artists who came after them. Yet for some reason, they never quite caught the lightning in a bottle that their more famous contemporaries did. Today, we're diving deep into 15 underrated 1970s rock bands you forgot existed. Number 15. Budgie. Starting our journey in Wales, we encounter Budgie, a power trio that formed in Cardiff in 1967, but truly found their voice in the early 70s. Led by Burke Shelley's distinctive high-pitched vocals and bass playing, along with guitarist Tony Bourge and drummer Ray Phillips, Budgie created a unique brand of heavy rock that was both melodic and thunderously powerful. Their 1971 debut album introduced the world to their particular brand of Welsh heavy rock, recorded in just 4 days on 8-track tape. The band's sound was raw and immediate, showcasing their ability to combine crushing riffs with memorable melodies and Shelley's soaring vocals. What makes Budgie's story particularly fascinating is how their influence far exceeded their commercial success. Metallica covered Crash Course in Brain Surgery, Soundgarden recorded Homicidal Suicidal, and Iron Maiden cited them as a major influence. Shelley's bass-heavy approach and falsetto vocals became a template for countless metal vocalists who followed. Throughout the 70s, Budgie released consistently strong albums including Squawk, Never Turn Your Back on a Friend, and In for the Kill. Despite critical acclaim and a devoted following, commercial breakthrough remained elusive. Number 14. Montrose. When you mention Montrose, many people think of Sammy Hagar's pre-Van Halen days, but this California band was so much more. Formed by guitarist Ronnie Montrose in 1973, the band represented everything great about American hard rock in the mid-70s. Their self-titled debut album was a masterclass in guitar-driven rock. Ronnie Montrose's playing created riffs that were instantly memorable, while the rhythm section of Bill Church and Denny Carmassi provided the perfect foundation for Hagar's powerful vocals. The band's sound was distinctly American, drawing from blues rock while incorporating heavier elements emerging in the early 70s. Their music captured the spirit of California rock, with songs built for both radio play and arena performances. The guitar tone that Ronnie Montrose achieved became legendary among musicians. What makes Montrose particularly noteworthy is how they bridged early 70s hard rock and the arena rock that would dominate later in the decade. Their influence can be heard in countless bands that followed, yet they never achieved the massive commercial success their music deserved. Number 13. Atomic Rooster. From the ashes of the crazy world of Arthur Brown came Atomic Rooster, a band that perfectly captured the experimental spirit of early 70s rock. Founded by keyboardist Vincent Crane in 1969, the band's peak years were firmly planted in the 1970s. Vincent Crane's Hammond organ work was the centerpiece of Atomic Rooster's sound. His playing delivered both crushing rock anthems and delicate melodic passages. The band's approach incorporated elements of classical music, jazz, and traditional rock into compositions that never felt forced. Their 1971 album, In Hearing of Atomic Rooster, marked their commercial peak, featuring the hit single Tomorrow Night. The album showcased the band's range, from hard-driving rockers to more contemplative pieces. Crane's vocals had a sincerity that perfectly matched the band's musical approach. What set Atomic Rooster apart was their willingness to experiment while maintaining strong melodic foundations. They influenced many progressive rock bands that followed, yet maintained a harder edge that kept them firmly in the rock camp. Number 12. UFO. Before Michael Schenker became a guitar hero and Phil Mogg became one of hard rock's most recognizable voices, UFO was already making waves in the British rock scene. Formed in London in 1969, the band's evolution throughout the 70s represents one of rock's most interesting journeys. The addition of German guitarist Michael Schenker in 1973 marked the beginning of their classic period. Schenker's guitar work was revolutionary, combining technical precision with emotional expression. Phil Mogg's vocals provided the perfect complement, with a rough-hewn quality that conveyed both vulnerability and strength. Albums like Phenomenon and Force It showcased UFO at their peak. The songwriting had matured, incorporating progressive elements without sacrificing accessibility. Schenker's guitar solos became legendary among musicians, influencing everyone from Iron Maiden's guitarists to countless metal players. UFO's live performances were particularly powerful. Schenker's guitar work translated perfectly to the live setting, while Mogg's vocals gained an extra edge in front of an audience. Their ability to connect with crowds helped them build a devoted following throughout Europe and parts of America. Number 11. Mahogany Rush. Canada's Mahogany Rush, led by guitarist Frank Marino, created a unique fusion of hard rock and psychedelic experimentation. Marino's guitar playing was extraordinary, incorporating blues, rock, and psychedelia in epic solos that took listeners on emotional journeys far beyond typical song structures. Their 70s albums showed consistent evolution, with stronger songwriting and sophisticated arrangements while maintaining raw power. Marino's approach to guitar work influenced numerous players in both hard rock and progressive scenes, establishing a template for technical yet emotional playing. Number 10. Thin Lizzy. Before the Boys Are Back in Town made them household names. In 1976, Thin Lizzy spent the early 70s developing their unique sound. Phil Lynnett's bass playing and vocals were central to their identity, while the band pioneered the twin guitar approach that would later become standard in heavy metal. Their early 70s albums showed constant evolution, incorporating Irish folk elements while maintaining a hard rock foundation. This combination created something both familiar and exotic, appealing to rock fans while offering something genuinely different. Number 9. Wishbone Ash. England's Wishbone Ash created a revolutionary twin guitar sound in the early 70s. Andy Powell and Ted Turner's intertwining lead guitars created rich, complex harmonies rather than the traditional lead rhythm setup. Martin Turner's melodic bass work and warm vocals provided the perfect foundation. Their 1972 album, Argus, showcased the band at their creative peak, with sophisticated songwriting that incorporated progressive elements while maintaining strong melodies. Their twin guitar approach became a template for countless groups, influencing everyone from Iron Maiden to modern progressive rock bands. Number 8. Free before Bad Company became superstars. Free was creating some of the most powerful blues-based rock of the early 70s. Paul Rodgers' vocals were extraordinary, raw and emotional, capable of delivering crushing anthems and tender ballads with equal conviction. Paul Kossoff's guitar work was equally impressive, deeply rooted in blues, but incorporating rock elements with restraint and emotion.
You show you got a heart that's made of ice.
Free's songwriting was consistently excellent, creating songs that were both immediate and lasting. Their approach influenced numerous bands in both hard rock and blues rock genres, establishing a template for soulful, powerful rock music.
Lover, you turn me on.
Number 7. Humble Pie. Steve Marriott's departure from the Small Faces to form Humble Pie in 1969 marked the beginning of one of the 70s most powerful rock bands. The group's evolution throughout the early part of the decade showcased a band constantly pushing the boundaries of blues-based rock music.
Get off the streets, it's shaking, Jay.
Steve Marriott's vocals and guitar work were central to Humble Pie's identity. His voice was one of the most powerful in rock music, capable of delivering both tender ballads and screaming rock anthems with equal conviction. As a guitarist, Marriott was underrated, providing both rhythm and lead work that perfectly supported the band's musical vision.
I cut my teeth on a brand and I'm a devil's.
Peter Frampton's guitar work, before his solo career made him a household name, was exceptional within Humble Pie's context. His playing was both technical and emotional, providing the perfect complement to Marriott's more aggressive approach. The interplay between the two guitarists created a rich, complex sound. The rhythm section evolved throughout the band's career, but consistently provided the powerful foundation that Humble Pie's music required. Whether driving the harder rock songs or supporting the more delicate acoustic moments, the bass and drums were always perfectly suited to the material.
You're whole about 6 foot deep, pretty light.
Humble Pie's approach to live performance was legendary. They were one of the loudest, most energetic bands of their era, capable of creating an almost overwhelming sensory experience. This approach influenced countless hard rock and heavy metal bands that followed, establishing many of the conventions of rock performance. Number 6. Nazareth, Scotland's. Nazareth created a sound in the early 70s that was both immediately accessible and surprisingly sophisticated. Led by Dan McCafferty's distinctive raspy vocals, the band developed an approach to hard rock that influenced numerous groups while establishing their own unique identity. Dan McCafferty's vocals were unlike anything else in rock music. His voice had a gravelly, lived-in quality that conveyed both power and emotion. McCafferty could deliver both hard rock anthems and tender ballads with equal conviction, making him one of the most distinctive singers of his generation.
Wasn't the one that you gave to me that night.
The guitar work in Nazareth was consistently excellent throughout their career. Whether providing crushing riffs or delicate melodic lines, the band's guitarists understood how to serve the song while contributing memorable parts. Their approach to guitar work influenced numerous hard rock and heavy metal bands. Nazareth's rhythm section was both powerful and subtle. The bass and drums provided a foundation that was solid enough to support the band's harder moments, while flexible enough to accommodate their more experimental passages. This versatility allowed Nazareth to explore various musical territories without losing their core identity. The band's songwriting evolved considerably throughout the 70s. Early albums showed a band learning their craft, while later releases demonstrated sophisticated composition and arrangement skills. Their ability to write both immediate, accessible songs and more complex material made them appealing to a wide range of listeners. Number 5. Captain Beyond. Formed from the ashes of several notable 60s and early 70s bands, Captain Beyond represented a unique fusion of hard rock power and progressive complexity. The supergroup included members from Iron Butterfly, Deep Purple, and Johnny Winter's band, bringing together diverse influences and exceptional musical skills. Rod Evans' vocals, following his departure from Deep Purple, found new life in Captain Beyond's more experimental context. His voice had a warmth and clarity that perfectly suited the band's sophisticated material. Evans could handle both the powerful rock anthems and the more delicate progressive passages with equal skill. Larry Reinhardt's guitar work was the technical centerpiece of Captain Beyond's sound. His playing was both precise and emotional, capable of delivering crushing riffs and intricate lead lines. Reinhardt's approach to guitar work influenced numerous progressive rock and hard rock musicians. The rhythm section of Lee Dorman on bass and Bobby Caldwell on drums provided a foundation that was both powerful and flexible. Their playing was sophisticated enough to handle complex progressive passages, while maintaining the power necessary for the band's harder rock material. Captain Beyond's approach to songwriting was unique for its time. They created extended compositions that incorporated multiple sections and themes, while maintaining strong melodic foundations. This approach influenced numerous progressive rock bands, while establishing Captain Beyond as pioneers in their field. Number 4. Uriah Heap. England's Uriah Heap created some of the most distinctive and powerful rock music of the early 70s. Their approach to heavy rock incorporated progressive elements and classical influences in ways that were both sophisticated and accessible. David Byron's vocals were central to Uriah Heap's identity. His voice had an operatic quality that was perfectly suited to the band's dramatic material. Byron could deliver both powerful rock anthems and delicate ballads with equal conviction, making him one of the most versatile singers of his generation. Mick Box's guitar work provided the foundation for Uriah Heap's sound. His playing was both technical and emotional, capable of delivering crushing riffs and intricate lead lines. Box's approach to guitar work influenced numerous hard rock and heavy metal musicians, while maintaining his own distinctive style. Ken Hensley's keyboard work added a unique dimension to Uriah Heap's sound. His playing incorporated classical influences and progressive elements in ways that enhanced rather than dominated the band's material. The combination of guitar and keyboards created a rich, complex sound that set Uriah Heap apart from their contemporaries. The rhythm section consistently provided the powerful foundation that Uriah Heap's music required. Whether driving the harder rock songs or supporting the more experimental passages, the bass and drums were always perfectly suited to the material. Number 3. Trapeze. England's Trapeze created a sound in the early 70s that was both immediately powerful and surprisingly sophisticated. The power trio's approach to hard rock incorporated funk and soul elements in ways that were revolutionary for their time. Glenn Hughes's vocals and bass work were central to Trapeze's identity. His voice was one of the most powerful in rock music, capable of delivering both crushing rock anthems and soulful ballads with equal conviction. As a bassist, Hughes was equally impressive, providing both foundation and melodic interest. Walk around and stamp your feet like the hands of your sisters. Mel Galley's guitar work was exceptional within Trapeze's context. His playing was both technical and emotional, providing the perfect complement to Hughes's powerful vocals and bass work. Galley's approach to guitar influenced numerous hard rock and heavy metal musicians. Together we'll make it. Dave Holland's drumming provided the foundation for Trapeze's sophisticated sound. His playing incorporated funk and soul elements in ways that enhanced rather than dominated the band's material. Holland's approach to drumming influenced numerous rock musicians, while maintaining his own distinctive style. Trapeze's songwriting was consistently excellent throughout their career. They created songs that were both immediate and lasting, with arrangements that showcased each member's abilities while serving the overall musical vision. Their approach to composition influenced numerous bands in both the hard rock and progressive rock genres. Number 2. Cactus America's Cactus created some of the heaviest and most powerful rock music of the early 70s. The band's approach to blues-based hard rock was both traditional and innovative, establishing them as pioneers in what would later become heavy metal. Rusty Day's vocals were perfectly suited to Cactus's heavy material. His voice had a raw, powerful quality that conveyed both aggression and emotion. Day could deliver crushing rock anthems with the same conviction as more introspective material, making him an ideal frontman for the band's approach. Jim McCarty's guitar work was the technical centerpiece of Cactus's sound. His playing was both powerful and precise, capable of delivering crushing riffs and intricate lead lines. McCarty's approach to guitar work influenced numerous heavy metal musicians while maintaining his own distinctive blues-based style. The rhythm section of Tim Bogert on bass and Carmine Appice on drums was one of the most powerful in rock music. Their playing was both technically excellent and emotionally compelling, providing a foundation that could support the band's heaviest material while adding their own distinctive elements. Cactus's approach to live performance was legendary. They were one of the loudest and most intense bands of their era, capable of creating an overwhelming sensory experience. Their influence on subsequent heavy metal bands cannot be overstated, as they established many of the conventions that the genre would follow. Number 1. Sir Lord Baltimore, Maryland's. Sir Lord Baltimore created what many consider to be some of the first true heavy metal music. Their 1970 and 1971 albums predated Black Sabbath's most influential work, yet they never received the recognition that their pioneering efforts deserved. John Garner's vocals were perfectly suited to Sir Lord Baltimore's heavy approach. His voice had a raw intensity that conveyed both power and emotion, setting the template for many heavy metal vocalists who followed. Garner's vocal style was revolutionary for its time, pushing rock singing into new territory.
Was it something I left?
Louis Dambra's guitar work was exceptional within the context of early heavy metal. His playing was both powerful and innovative, creating riffs and solos that would influence countless metal musicians. Dambra's approach to heavy guitar work established many of the conventions that the genre would follow. Gary Justin's bass work provided the foundation for Sir Lord Baltimore's crushing sound. His playing was both powerful and precise, capable of supporting the band's heaviest moments while contributing melodic interest. The combination of bass, guitar, and drums created a wall of sound that was unprecedented for its time. Sir Lord Baltimore's influence on subsequent heavy metal cannot be overstated. They established many of the musical and aesthetic conventions that would define the genre, yet they never achieved the commercial success that their pioneering work deserved. Their rediscovery by metal fans and historians has helped establish their rightful place in rock history. These 15 bands represent just a fraction of the incredible music that emerged from the 1970s underground rock scene. Each group brought something unique to the table, whether it was innovative guitar work, powerful vocals, sophisticated songwriting, or simply an approach to rock music that was ahead of its time. What makes these bands particularly fascinating is how their influence often exceeded their commercial success. Many of the techniques, sounds, and approaches they pioneered became standard in rock and metal music, yet the originators themselves remained largely unknown to mainstream audiences. The 1970s were a time of incredible creativity and experimentation in rock music. While the most famous bands rightfully earned their place in history, These forgotten gems remind us that greatness often exists in the margins, waiting to be rediscovered by new generations of music lovers. Whether you remember some of these bands from the first time around, or you're discovering them for the first time today, each one offers something special for the discerning rock fan. Their music remains as powerful and relevant today as it was when it was first recorded, proving that true artistry transcends both time and commercial success. So dust off those old albums, fire up your streaming service, or hunt down some vintage vinyl. These forgotten heroes of 70s rock are waiting to remind you why the decade was such an incredible time for music. If you enjoyed this journey through rock's forgotten corners, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into music history. Let me know in the comments which of these bands was new to you, and tell us about any other underrated 70s rock bands that deserve recognition. Until next time, keep digging deep into the archives. You never know what treasures you might find.